Hey guys, soon to be Dr. G here with Gallagher Farm and Ranch. Today, tonight, whatever you want to call it, is kind of bittersweet. Just came back from like our last summer trip with a couple of our friends, and we did our big summer trip with all the kids. You guys saw that video last week, and you know, it's, ouch, bug's biting me. It's hard. Wow, these bugs are vicious tonight. It's hard because just change is hard. It doesn't really matter what the change is for, whether it's good change, bad change, change is hard. And I feel like there's been so much that's really gone on here in Page Fest. It's really, it's been a safe haven. And when we first came here, when we first came back, for me it was back, because I grew up here, but, when we first came here, I came because it's a safe space. Ryan had been having a lot of issues, and we needed a safe place to be where he could get help. And, then we had Daniel, and things didn't go as we had planned with being able to go back to Nevada. And it's really just become home again, at least for me. For everyone else, it's just become home, but for me, it's been home again. And, we have this beautiful garden here that we've worked really hard on. And about a year or so ago, I finally accepted that, the reality is, we're going to be spending a lot of time in Arizona compared to Nevada. And I finally decided, okay, I can let myself have friends again. Because leaving our friends in Nevada was really hard. But then it sucks and is also awesome to be going to vet school, because once again, we have to pick up and leave. And don't get me wrong, I'm really excited for it to start. I'm excited for what it'll mean. I'm excited to be a veterinarian. I'm excited to be able to help my friends in Nevada and my friends in Arizona and the like. But there is a heartache with it. And that heartache is the people. My dad's here, and I have some really good friends. People that have really come to mean a lot to me here. And, same can be said in Beatty. Same can be said in New Mexico, where we've lived before. But it's just a little different for me this time, because every other time that we've moved or left, it's always been because of Ryan. Whether it was something work-related or, typically it was work-related. And we were excited for, the adventure to come, obviously. But we knew that, our time in those places was short-lived, and we wouldn't be there forever. But I think with this one, it's a little different because it almost feels selfish. I guess you could say, because I don't have to do it. I don't have to move the family. I don't have to go to vet school. I want to. I know I'll do great as a vet. I could do great as a doctor. I could be good at a lot of things. That's what I do. I'm good at a lot of things. But this is one that I want for various reasons. And so it's a little different leaving this time. Because nobody's putting a date on us that we have to leave. I could call U of A and be like, I don't want to come give my seat to someone else, and someone else would jump in that seat so fast. And obviously I'm not going to do that, but it is a move because I want to go and do the program. And that just makes it different. And it hurts. And it's hard. It's hard to walk away again from what we've built. It's hard to see all the progress we've made. This is literally like the best garden we've had in years. It's hard to pull my kids away from their friends, their safe places. It's hard to leave our established counselor. It's hard to leave our safety net. And I'd be lying if I didn't say there was a part of me that wanted to say never mind and just stay here. But a long time ago, I think I was probably like 14, we went to this event. It was a church group. And one of the sermons was about doing things scared. And it stuck with me because they kind of made a joke of it and were like, do it Scurd, right? And I'm sure some of my church-going friends would remember this. But, you know, it was basically, don't let fear keep you from doing what you're capable and what you can do because you're too afraid. Whether you're afraid you'll fail, or whether you're afraid of the change, or whether you're afraid for whatever reason, do it scared. And over the years, the bugs are really bad out here. Over the years, I have had people that are like, you're so strong, you just do everything, and like you're constantly doing it, and you know, you do it over and over, and you don't let things get you down, and they're just like, I just wish I was like you. And I always kind of get taken aback when people say that, because I'm like, there's really not much that makes me different than other people. The biggest difference is that I will do it scared. I'll do it when everything is against me. I will do it when the likelihood and the odds are low. I will still do it. And some people call that crazy. Those of you that have called me crazy before know who you are. You know, and others call it brave. Hi, can you go in the house, please? Take Daniel too so he doesn't get bitten up. Literally there's bats out here eating the mosquitoes. That's how bad they are. So I don't want the babies getting bit up. But it takes a lot of courage to do things like this. And you have to be willing to hurt. You have to be willing to give up things. You have to be willing to lose. And normally I'm more than willing to do that. But this time it's hard. Just over a year ago, I had a C-section. And it was probably one of the most traumatic things, which is funny because like I've had a lot of traumas that like normal people would be like, oh my gosh, right? And for all intents and purposes, it was perfectly normal. Everything was fine with it. But the reality is that everything before it and everything after it were just a mess. And there was so much fear. So incredibly much fear with it. I had a friend that I had lost. And that very much sat on my brain. And my husband, you know, has a hard time with things because of his PTSD. And so I really had to be strong for him. And so I didn't get to be scared. I didn't get to be vulnerable because I had to be strong for so many other people, to include my kids and my soon-to-be baby and my husband. And, you know, I think as moms, that's a fairly common thing where we don't get to be vulnerable. We don't get to be afraid because everyone else is looking at us for their safety net. And I guess I just look at that and go, you know, I had to do that scared too. And I had to move here to Page scared. And I opened my coffee shop scared. And I opened multiple coffee shops scared. And I got a commercial loan for a food truck. And I did that scared. I built a house with my husband and our friends. And there were definitely lots of blood, sweat, and tears and fears with that. And I think the thing that I haven't considered really in most of it is just what we gave up to do those things. But this time, it's really front and center. You know, I think when we came to Arizona the first time, or this time, sorry, it really was out of necessity, right? We were on a mission. We had a goal. The goal was to get help for Ryan. He just needed things that we couldn't get in Nevada. And that made it a little bit easier because it had to happen. And we were more scared of the other alternatives than we were of the change coming here. But this time it's not like that. This time there's fear of the classes, the fear of failing. There's the fear of, have I done right by my kids? Like, am I hurting them by taking them away from their friends? And it's really hard. And I don't think that people typically get to see the fears and the sacrifices that are made to do the big things. And it's not just my sacrifices, it's my kids, it's my husband, it's my friends. Like, everybody is going to be affected in my world by us leaving. And that's really hard when it's for personal gain, I guess. And I think with this kind of goal, you know, I've had people over the years that have been like, man, you just did that kind of out of nowhere, and you know, you just kind of did that crazy. And you know, they see it as more of like a quick urgent decision or something I just kind of threw together and it happened to work. And the reality is that's not the case at all. Everything I've done over the years, the farm, the coffee shops, you know, I spent months, sometimes years, planning those things, cultivating those dreams, those goals, and putting those plans together and giving up things here to make things happen there. And it's been hard, you know, but it's not been bad. It's just been hard. And I think that a lot of times people don't realize what actually goes into it. They don't realize how hard it can actually be. So I think I just mostly wanted to share the vulnerable, share the concerns, you know. Am I doing the right thing? Am I not? Is it going to hurt my kids? Is it not? Is it going to give Ryan more resources or take resources we've worked so hard to get? And it's a genuine fear. But I'm going to do it scared. So if you have something that you're scared of, a big change, a big thing, whatever it may be, I would encourage you to do it scared. Because that's how you get to the next place. That's how you get to the next whatever it may be. So anyway, that's all. The garden is here. It's got lots of fruits and veggies. We've collected a lot this year. We've canned a lot this year. Today we had the opportunity to go to a farm stand in the town over from us, and we were able to get a bunch of fruit and other things that we're taking with us to Tucson. But that's it for this one. So do it scared. It's gonna be okay. But don't think that it's not scary for everyone, because it really is. Some of us just have gotten really good at doing it scared. Bye guys.